Okay, what you're looking at here is a 2000 S10 ZR2. The truck is in incredibly good shape. There's only about 116,000 miles on it. So this rig, about a year before this, was originally going to be sold to another customer, and the motor that was currently in it was blowing up. Pretty typical for these piece of shit 4.3 liters. I'm really not a fan of the motors at all. Even though I like GMs, them 4.3s, I've never seen them motors hold up very good. Anyway, went to do the motor swap on it, and we couldn't find another 4.3 that would bolt in there at that point in time to replace the one that was blown. So the customer ended up bailing on the project, and I liked the truck so much that I decided to pick it up. So got this truck as a nice little project to do with my daughters. Figured it'd be a good opportunity for them to learn all the different systems on a vehicle and figure out how everything works together. And it'd also be a really nice option for me to kind of showcase a lot of the stuff that I do with the shop. Basically, a rolling, running advertisement. Um, I'm pretty decent with custom tuning and fabricating all kinds of different parts. I really suck at filming and editing and shit, so hopefully I'll get a little bit better at that as things go along, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, here we are, just taking the body off. We're getting ready to reveal, what we got left on the rest of the chassis and get this thing all stripped down. So once we get it all stripped down and get a good idea of what we're working with, then we can start building everything back up and getting the new motor mounted up in there. I hope you guys enjoy it, and it's going to be one hell of a long project, but I definitely think it'll be worth it in the end. And 50 years from now, I don't care what anybody says, that truck, turbocharged 5.3, nice little lightweight S10, four-wheel drive, it will still be badass. It doesn't matter. It'll never change. I don't care if even everything goes over to electric. This old school shit like this will always be cool. It's timeless. Okay, so the motor was already previously pulled out of here. Gonna use this old transmission to locate the engine. Once the engine's located, got the oil pan and stuff cut for it, then that train will be coming out, and then the 4L80 will be going in its place. But for right now, we gotta clear all of this wiring harness crap, the exhaust, all of this brake shit. We need to get all of that up out of the way, make us some room up in here, and start getting everything locked in. And then once we get that set, we can drop this body back down on here again and make sure it fits with the engine in place. So our next step, I guess, is clearing all of this stuff up. This little harness and shit has to go. We'll get the exhaust out of here and get the spray booster stuff out. And then we're ready to toss the motor in and start fitting up the oil pan.
Yay!
All right, let's clear it out. All right, so it's unplugged. There we go. This thing's gonna reload or not? Oh yeah. Done with that shit. Alright, I got that big old bitch shoehorned in there. This is just another 5.3 out of a truck. I was floating around the shop, so I'm just using this one for test fitting purposes. And it's a tight fit. There's definitely not much room. So my tightest spot is right down here, and I am gonna have to cut this little nub off the block. It'll give me a little bit of extra room. Motor's sitting down as low as it can go. It's in a good spot there. I did have to off center it just a little bit, so it is located about 3/8 of an inch towards the passenger side from center. Now I got to make sure that the cab fits on here, so I'm gonna lower the cab down and check and make sure that all of that clears, and as long as that clears, I'll make my marks for the oil pan. All right, let's get the cab dropped back down. Okay, so I got everything to fit in there. It actually all fits pretty darn well. It's definitely snug. You can see the steering shaft down in there. Steering shaft, I'm probably going to end up putting another pivot in the middle. Come on, focus. Like right about there where you see that clip on the frame. So like right here. And then put a small bend to get it to come out. I'll have to see. It might clear. It's definitely close. And then pretty tight on the back of the head, but I can squeeze a finger in between there. And over on this side, everything's pretty good here. That stud, I can, let's see, get out of here. There you go. That stud's pretty close, but I can fit a finger in between it, and I'll probably just cut that stud down a little bit. As you can see, I got rid of the AC. I have another S10 sitting at home, a 98, and that one doesn't have AC, so I'm just going to rob the box out of that one. I got rid of the brake booster, going with the Hydro Boost. Gonna be doing a Corvette bracket for the alternator and the pump, and this old ass style, the truck style of power steering pump, that actually fit in there. It's pretty tight, but it does fit. So if that fits, the remote mount or the remote reservoir one will definitely fit in there. There's surprisingly a pretty good chunk of room all the way around it. I got good room on the hood. I could actually come up with the motor if I need to. And then it's kind of tough to say 100% right now, but it sure looks like I should have no problems fitting a 4-inch down pipe and the 2.5-inch up pipe coming up through there. But where most of the up pipes join on like the back side of the manifold on this side, this up pipe I'm actually going to have it tie in about mid manifold. It fits a little bit better coming up through that way and gives me some more room for the down pipe to make it down. And 4 inches is as big as I can go, so that's the most I can fit through anywhere. Pretty good room in the front so far. So the Corvette stuff will sit, I believe it's about 1.5 inches back from where everything is now. And then that'll give me enough room for the radiator in here and the fans. So I'm going to inset the radiator into the core support. So basically where the radiator was is where the fans are going to sit. So I got plenty of room for intercooler piping and stuff. Let's see, once the outlet on the water pump, I'm good there. The heater hose connections on the firewall, I'm good there. That truck intake should work pretty good, and this is the same, basically the same intake as what I'm running on what's going in here. Coil's all clear just fine. This box here, the original one, it actually would have just fit in there. I could have left that in and it would fit, but I just want the AC shit out of here. Give me a hell of a lot more room for the turbo and getting the downpipe and stuff through there. And then worst case scenario, if I can't make the coolant reservoir tank fit back in, I'll just weld one up out of aluminum. Let's see, Everything down there looks good. Good clearance there. Oh yeah, the elbow coming out. But a thermostat on the water pump. I'm probably going to get one of those multi-position ones that they make for it. So then you can rotate that. A straight one would actually be a really good fit, but I'll have to see. And the truck style, it's the only kind of downside. I sort of like the truck style one. I wish I could rotate that over, and I'll have to look at the Corvette one, because the Corvette one ends up coming out here, which is not the worst thing. So I'd have to just kind of come out with a pretty tight 90 right away and go up and in, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I do kind of almost wish that the Corvette one, that I could run that. I'll have to see when we get to that point. But at least I know the hood clears, everything else clears under the hood, or on the firewall, sorry. So everything should be pretty well solid and good to go. And I can do my marks now and start cutting the shit out of the oil pan and getting that to fit back in here. All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for watching the video. If you can't tell, a little bit of time has passed since all that stuff was shot. That was like about a year ago or so. Probably a little bit better than a year by now. Anyway, I'll throw up a little picture over here somewhere that kind of shows just like a real quick flash of where the truck is right now in its current state. The truck is not up and running yet. Doing as much as we can with what the budget and stuff allows. And we just finally decided, hey, you know what? We got all these videos that we shot to do in the truck. Why don't we throw this stuff up on YouTube and give this whole YouTube thing a whack or whatever and see how it does. So that's what we're trying to do right now. And I don't have anything currently, but I'm going to put up some kind of like a Patreon type deal or whatever. So if anyone would like to donate to the project so that these kids aren't older than me by the time they get to drive this damn thing, that would be cool. But we are getting really close on it, and I'm just going to take a chunk of the clips that we have and put together a video like once a week, and I should be caught up in the next, I don't know, month or two or something to where we're at right now in its current state. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and the next one's going to be getting the engine all mounted in and getting the oil pan cut out. So if you could, like and subscribe, and hope you guys come back for more. Thanks for watching.